South Korea's spy agency, the National Intelligence Service, or NIS, has released images that allegedly depict North Korean troops training at military bases in Russia's far eastern region. According to the NIS, these troops are part of an initial group in what South Korean officials believe will be a deployment of 12,000 North Korean soldiers, including members of its notorious special forces, to support Russia in its war against Ukraine. NIS stated, "The suspicions of direct military cooperation between Russia and North Korea raised by foreign media outlets have been officially confirmed. We will continue to track and confirm the movement of military cooperation between Russia and North Korea through close intelligence cooperation with allied countries." This follows a statement from Ukraine's spy chief, Lieutenant General Kyrylo Budanov, head of the Ukrainian Defense Intelligence Directorate, or GUR, who stated that nearly 11,000 North Korean troops are currently in eastern Russia and will be combat-ready by November 1st. Budanov later revised the estimate to 11,800 troops. In this video, Defense Updates reports on North Korean troops entering the war in Ukraine. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. As the war in Ukraine grinds on, Moscow has been facing manpower constraints. In a recent report, the British government said that Moscow had likely sustained 648,000 casualties, which is in line with Ukraine's count of 650,000. These estimates are similar to what the Pentagon has provided. To add to this, many reports indicate that 1 million Russians have fled the country to avoid military service, so the recruiting pool is greatly diminished. Russia draws its military forces from various sources. The majority are conscripts, typically serving for about a year, while a significant portion consists of personnel who sign contracts with the Ministry of Defense. Additionally, the Kremlin can call upon reservists who can be mobilized as required. In mid-September, the independent Russian investigative outlet Meduza reported that as volunteer recruitment slowed, the Kremlin more than doubled the incentives for potential new contract fighters. The financial offer increased from $2,121 to $4,350 in an effort to attract more recruits. So North Korean troops will add much-needed mass. This development follows recent treaty negotiations between Moscow and Pyongyang, where cooperation has deepened since Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a security pact in June. The agreement includes mutual pledges to assist one another in the event of aggression against either country, calling for military support in case of war. Last week, Putin introduced a bill to ratify the pact. North Korea was already providing weapons and ammunition, which included sending an estimated 5 million artillery shells to Russia. Deploying boots on the ground marks a significant new uptick in the partnership. Russia could, in turn, help North Korea undermine the sanctions imposed on it by the West and provide it with essential goods as well as military assistance. During Kim's visit to Russia in 2013, Putin took him to a space launch facility, indicating that Russia may be offering assistance with North Korea's missile program. So it's kind of a win-win for the two countries and a major headache for Ukraine and its Western allies. South Korea NIS stated that it closely monitored the movements of the North Korean military and detected North Korea transporting its special forces to Russia via Russian naval transport ships from August 8th to the 13th, confirming the start of the North Korean military's participation in the war. According to the NIS, the Russian Navy entered North Korean waters for the first time since 1900 to facilitate the movement of these troops. NIS explained 4 landing ships and 3 escort ships belonging to the Russian Pacific Fleet completed the first transfer of approximately 1,500 North Korean special forces from the areas near Chongjin, Hamhung, and Musudan to Vladivostok, Russia during the same period. And a second transport operation is expected to take place soon. The South Korean spy agency released satellite images purporting to be some of the vessels in North Korea's Nanjing port transporting the weapons to Russia. In addition, Russian Air Force AN-124 cargo jets have been frequently traveling between Vladivostok and Pyongyang, NIS said. Reports suggest that North Korean soldiers are being equipped with Russian military uniforms and Russian-made weapons, along with fake ID cards identifying them as residents of Siberia's Yakutia and Buryat regions, where people resemble North Koreans. It appears there is a concerted effort aimed at disguising North Korean troops as Russian soldiers to conceal their deployment to the battlefield. NIS stated in an assessment that the North Korean soldiers dispatched to Russia are currently stated at Russian military bases in the Far East, including Vladivostok, Ussyurtsk, Khabarovsk, and Blagoveshchensk. It added that those troops are expected to be deployed to the front lines as soon as they complete their adaptation training. All 4 bases are at least 4,000 miles, or about 6,400 kilometers east of Ukraine. The NIS released images claiming to show at least 400 North Korean troops training in Ussyurtsk and another 240 in Khabarovsk. However, the satellite imagery provided does not confirm the exact number of troops or their North Korean identity. Reports suggest that the North Korean troops sent to Ukraine include special operations units. With over 120,000 soldiers, North Korea has one of the world's largest special operations forces. These elite troops are known for enduring extremely harsh training, and videos of their brutal demonstrations have circulated for years. In Ukraine, Russia's military strategy often involves mass meat assaults, overwhelming Ukrainian positions with large numbers of troops. Even untrained North Korean soldiers could support these attacks. Alternatively, North Korean soldiers might be tasked with guarding sections of the Russian-Ukrainian border, freeing up Russian units for combat elsewhere. In exchange, North Korea would gain valuable combat experience on a modern battlefield, something its military currently lacks.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.